Hello and welcome to episode 24 of our Timberborn Update 5 Iron Teeth Mega Built playthrough here in cycle 33, day 3. We had a lot of good stuff happen last time, including our Tribute to Ingenuity finally occupying this middle space, powered from the back with the help of our fabulous Powershaft tunnel mod, courtesy of Battery Smooth, and now we have the opportunity to put that in the other four corners of the upstairs here, as it is so referred to sometimes. And we'll be doing that today, but first we have a very important order of business, and that is finally our bot district has a democratically elected name, courtesy of our dear friend Robert Runyon, and that is Body McBotville. It always makes me laugh every single time I see this kind of stuff, like Bodie McBoatface, etc. But Body McBotville it is, and now we have christened this as so. And you guys let me know that somehow this was still named District 1. I thought I'd fixed it in the very beginning of the series, but now it will actually be properly Beaverburg 15. And that's all done. So, you know what that means? It means we have to duplicate this sign. We'll do that at some point. Put it on all four sides here. And then we also are going to have a Body McBotville sign somewhere in the bottom here. I have to decide whether I want that to be on this side or if I want it to be on this side. But suffice to say, we have plenty to get done. So we can go ahead and get right on into it. Address a couple other things that you guys had opinions on this week, and one of those being that we need to get some motivatoriums in place as our beavers become less and less employed as the advent of bots increases. And the motivatorium, if you're not familiar, is the Iron Teeth new leisure building. It is a, I believe, 5x5. Yep, sure is. And it has to be powered. So that's going to kind of limit where we can place this. First off, we have to have room for it. And secondly, we have to have a place that has access to power and so on and so forth. So I was thinking, based on how this is set up, we know we're going to eventually put in more barracks here. So what if we just put the motivatorium behind it? We have this space right here between this path and the back of the barracks that is exactly 6 spaces wide. So if we were to put the motivatorium, say, right here, then we could have it set right there. We could have a path go behind it to connect to the back side of something else like this. But we're not quite there yet. I may be able to get to that today, but just to put that idea in your head, if you have any specific place you think you might want to see one go, please let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see what we can take care of. Other things that were suggested during the temperate season is to close the floodgates here and force all the water out through the dams to take care of the mangrove trees, but honestly, it's fine as it is. I don't think we're having any water flow problems, and just so everybody's on the same page, if these trees are either flooded or starved of water for, 15 days, they die. The maximum drought length in normal mode is 9 days, so we really shouldn't ever have that problem unless some catastrophic thing occurs. Right now, I'm pretty sure everything is okay. Don't really need to worry about that, but good looking out. Appreciate it as always. Other concerns, well, not really concerns, but people said, hey, why didn't you just have the power come from underneath for the Tribute to Ingenuity? Well, I don't know. I kind of like watching the clockwork go, but we can very easily put it in from underneath. The rest of these corners are not 12 blocks deep like that one is. They're just 6. So it's going to be easier to actually get power into these. We just have to decide how that is going to happen. This corner does not have the pumps. We probably will need to put those in, but I just hadn't because we were focused on doing other things with all of our resources. These do take 50 metal apiece, and we didn't, at the time we were doing this, have enough metal to take care of everything, but now we do. We have 1,000 blocks. That's all fine. The treated planks was also kind of the same situation, but now we have an okay amount of them. So it would be pretty easy for us to go ahead and put these in. And I think we will go ahead and do just that right here. So let me get these taken care of. We'll just pop these in place as they are supposed to be and let them pick up the pieces, etc., so on and so forth. And we will have to be able to get down in here to take care of the rest of this, which will necessitate us putting in a bunch of ladders, but at least it's not 12 blocks deep. So if we were to put in the tributes to Ingenuity in the middle, like we have been, I did say we were going to rotate them 90 degrees each time. Where's the first one? Here it is. So this guy is facing this way, so that means the next one on the other corner is going to be rotated like this. He'll go here, and then this corner rotated again, like so. This corner rotated, so on and so forth. So if we build this one next, he would be facing this way. And if we wanted to have the thing go up underneath it to provide power, then we just have to build it that way from the outset. For us to take this out and put it in underneath would be a whole huge waste of materials. I don't think we really want to do that. But if we know from the start that's what we want to do, then it's not going to be that difficult of an option. So we'll just have to decide what it is we want to take care of. This corner is not going to be a priority for that because there are no beavers living here currently. So the next one that goes in will either be here or up here in this corner. I will say, based on the amount of resources that this requires, I already had it open, probably not going to be in a rush to build the rest of these. We do need to do that, but it's not going to be as huge of a priority right off the bat just because of all this other stuff we got going on. So let's come back over. I go the wrong way every single time. Come back over here and do some stuff in Body McBotville. What a fun name. Go into triple speed here. But some of you brought to my attention that this district does not have extra builders. We just have the 4 bots here in the district center, and that might be why sometimes building projects here take a while. So we have haulers. That's good. We definitely need those. I'm going to keep that. But as we start making more bots, we are going to need to have more builders. And since it doesn't really seem to matter where you put the builders' huts, despite what people seem to think, I'm just gonna put one right there. Give them a nice little bit of space. Unlock that to be bots only. Make sure this is set correctly. It is. Cool. So that is going to be working quite nicely there, and we'll get everything taken care of. I also want to take this opportunity right now to go ahead and get rid of these engines, and I'll tell you why. We had a very good suggestion in the comments to make placeholders for these large vertical frame flywheels instead of rebuilding this every single time. So since we have this set up this way right now, we might as well take the opportunity to get that done. Come in with our triple platforms and the like, although we actually could and probably should have this set up with the side platforms instead, just to keep things a little bit more organized. So the gist of this is the way that these are set up, there's only power connection right here in the center where you see this little cog turning. So what we will need to do is we will need to give that an environment in which to come down here. This is not the most beautiful thing ever, but it does work, and I think that will be fine. So actually, hold on. I've got a better idea. I know, we're in the process of making this already. But, hear me out. 2x1 side platforms. If I can... Oh, the game's angry at me. Hold on. I got to get this to actually show up our stuff here. There it is. Yes. Rotate correctly. Because we have the chance here to have a little bit of fun and put these letters in place. So if we had like a phrase we wanted to put here, like just 5 letters or 5 digits or what have you, that we could do that. Just cover up the space just a tiny bit. I don't want to put Body McBotville all the way across here because that would be way too much, but this right here, if we can think of a neat 5-letter, 5-digit thing to put in that is appropriate, mind you, those of you know who you are, but I think that would be an interesting way to occupy a little bit of space here. Maybe make this look a little interesting. I wonder why this, okay, now you can actually get to it. But we'll see. We probably won't do that today. I'll let you guys think of ideas, and if I like any of them, I'll put it in there. If I don't, then I won't. So I'm not obligated to put anything that you guys suggest in the comments on this one, because I know how some of you are. But moving on, we're going to go ahead and just build ourselves a little power conduit here, and get that all taken care of nicely. So then, what we can do is we can either build 2 more of these vertical frame flywheels, or we can do the easy thing, which is I think what we're going to go ahead and do for the time being, and place this in just a temporary situation right here so that we don't have to worry about it. And it can just automatically come all the way down. We'll get rid of all these pieces, and it should be a pretty simple process. Obviously, we can't quite get up to everything quite yet. I think if I have this set up, they should be able to build from the corner here. We'll find out, and we'll adjust as necessary. But at the very end, this will need to be, come on, click, thank you. This will need to be built out this way. So it looks like, yeah, they can go off to the corner there. That is excellent news. And that means that all I have to do here, get rid of this, come in with a ladder right there, and then this can get completely removed. Will not be a difficult or long process whatsoever. Just a nice and simple coming in straight like so. Do the same thing over here. Let that get built. And then when we have time and resources to build another one of these things, we can just take 3 of these out and drop it right in, and it really should not be any problem at all. I can't believe we hadn't already done this, so thank you to those of you who've been brainstorming ideas on our power stuff here and leading us to this conclusion. It's always nice to see. So continuing on here, we don't have a building to go here, and I'm not going to put any more of these bot assemblers because we're not going to have enough materials to actually keep building bots if I put 2 more of these. So for the time being, I will just place a couple power shafts, and again, if we ever want to put a different building up here, we can do it, and we can just remove the power shafts. It'll be a very, very simple process. Nice and easy. No problems whatsoever. So it's nice to get off to a good start with that. We have a bunch of other stuff that needs a home, like these metal blocks on the ground. I thought we had metal block storage, but I guess we filled it up. Good problem to have, I suppose. But that tells me that we need to be using the metal blocks for other stuff up here. And we can easily find a way to make that happen as long as we have storage for all this stuff. So these are connected here. I just got to put this last one right there, and that should help us get these charged up. Yeah, the only issue we're kind of starting to run into is that while we were making a ton of power with these at the start, now comparatively it's really not that much. So it's going to be in our best interest to expand to the other corners of the map and possibly have other bot districts, which will need your names when that time comes. Don't put them now because I'm not going to be searching these videos for the name suggestions for those. But when the time comes, I will solicit the suggestions there, and that'll be all fine. And we also have we got grease getting made. It's not, we don't have a ton, but based on how this is going, I think in the grand scheme of things, 2 will be kind of adequate for now. We might want more at some point in the future, but this seems to be working. And if we're going to have bots regularly up here, we will need to build some tanks to hold the grease for them. But again, we have lots of stuff to get done over here, including these pumps can be unpaused. They can be finished because now we have enough gears. We'll kind of have enough gears. And then everything should be good to go. This will, I am aware, significantly increase our power demand. But don't forget, we also have very incomplete water wheel setups over here to some of your dismay, but we'll take care of that real quick by just placing, I think these were just regular platforms. Yeah, we will be building these up here. Don't worry. I know I share your frustration. It's just one of those things we haven't really dedicated a lot of time to. And yes, right here, I did do a dumb. I think I said last time, or one of the previous episodes, about why in the world would I build this like this, and then place the entrance to our hydroponic gardens in such a way. Well, I'll tell you how we can easily fix that. Is we just have to undo these 2, rotate this one 90 degrees, and then just build a platform. That's the easiest way to take care of it. But in the meantime, we'll come in here. That is in the wrong spot. Do not build that. We'll come in here, and we'll place this one like so. It's not connected. It's not connected. I know. I know. That's why we have the power to do this. and place our 4-way here, and then place these guys like so. Honestly, though, we probably should make this a 3-way, so that can be fully connected. And then when we actually get this flipped around, we'll take a look at our growth cycle here. 71%, 10%. Oh, we have a lot of mushrooms, that's fine. That will be a-okay. Let's get them to come clean up these scraps. Although I seems they actually have done that themselves. Good problem to have. Alright, so like I said, we're just rotating the bottom one. But one of the important things is going to be replacing this with underneath. Not a path. I guess I didn't have to delete this to make that happen. But that's going to go like that because this is going to have to go in like so. It's going to be really funny when this doesn't work. Yep. Yep. Yep, that's a blunder. But we'll get it in place. I know this doesn't need power and that doesn't accept power. That's okay. That's all right. All we have to do is just rotate. All right, like so. And then connect it because we do have ladders on this side. So that's fine. It's going to be just a tiny bit ugly, but it will end up working, which is kind of the whole point. It just makes stuff work. And then we'll have a little bit of space here if we want to put something else, or if we really feel so inclined, we can just build stairs or something. But I'm going to choose not to worry about it. Lag, yes, mushrooms. Mushrooms. We will eventually fix the lag problem. Oh, this is not connected to anything because of this ladder here, is it? Okay. All right. So, all right, we gotta fix this real quick. I thought this was going to work, but it appears I was mistaken. This is not going to play nice with me, is it? Ladder here. I don't think I can put a, nope. Can I put a double platform? Nope. But I'll tell you what I can put. Not that, because this is not a heavy duty thing. I can come in with a... Is this stupid? Yes, it is. Does it work? Also, yes. So, there you have it, folks. That's going to be how we... That's going to be how we get across here. Unless you have a better idea, which I will definitely accept solicitation for. So yeah, that should solve that problem, at least for right now. We might end up relocating these, but for the time being, that should be okay. And we have all of these generating some lovely power out here. Let's check our stats. Yeah, making almost 17,000, 16,500. Now it keeps going down since I've actually looked at it, which is convenient, I suppose. But that's looking good. Oh, did somebody die? No, that was a bot broke down. Okay. Probably because it couldn't get access to anything. That is waiting on what? Just somebody to finish building it? Okay. I probably should... Oh, this is so ugly. I probably should just go ahead and do that. Make sure this is all accessible. Because I think these mushrooms are going to be dead. In fact, they're already dead. Because there's no access to them. Well, that's a blunder we got to take care of. This right here, this farmhouse has had nothing to do for quite some time. And honestly, right now, I don't think we need to plant anything else. I think we're okay. So I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to pause this because it doesn't need to be here. Those beavers can go do something else. Not that they are hurting for things to do. But yeah, stuff is looking good. Let's check our power. Yeah, total aggregate charge we have, it seems to be about 343,000. Although I'm not sure where all of it is stored if these are only at 17. I guess it's up here underneath our food factories. Which, you remember last time we mentioned that somebody said, hey, we not have enough food factories because you don't have enough being produced. But honestly, now we're perfectly fine. We prioritize them by haulers. We put storage up here. It seems to be working well. We have almost 2,000 algae, almost 1,000 corn, and we have almost 3,000 eggplant. So I believe we're going to be in the clear. We just have to have the corn continue to grow up here and get processed. We have 1,100, so maybe we do actually need to have one more for corn. It just seems like the corn processing is a little bit slower. 2 per hour per factory for the corn. Looks like 4 per hour on the algae and 2 per hour on the eggplant input-wise. But per hour you get 12 eggplants, 12 algae, and 10 corn per hour, assuming you have full input all the time. So that could explain why we have less corn, but at the end of the day, we still do have this much of a surplus of corn that beavers are not eating. It does fluctuate downward a little bit, but I honestly don't think it's a problem, at least right now with the amount of beavers we have. As we continue growing, we're going to have to increase that, no doubt, and we will do so when the time comes. But just trying to make sure these end up being balanced. I will go ahead and just take care of that. Put in 2 more of these since we are in the mood to do so. Prioritize those. Gradually all of these will be the green goo with the terrifying beaver embryos inside, or whatever you want to call those things. And thus we arrive back down here. We have our extra builders. We're not currently building a ton of stuff, but that will be nice to have those. We check on our bots. We have 4 in this district that do not have jobs. We have some buildings that have been paused. We still honestly do not need so many bad water pumps. So I kind of want to just get rid of half of these again and put some other stuff in place based on how this has been set up. But I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what that's going to be about yet. We might have to do a little bit more thinking, or I'll accept your suggestions as always. So, let's pilot an idea here. I want to mess with these motivatoriums. So what we can do is maybe just right up in the middle here, put ourselves a universal power shaft. Just get rid of that because no one's ever going to get there. Vertical power shaft underneath. Let them build that, and then of course come in with our double platforms. Remember, it's a 5x5 building, so that will go here. And then I think we're going to want the entrance to be on the side here, because there's going to be a path. I believe if I have done my math correctly, there'll be a path here. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nope. Got to start over because I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, this will be a path. Beautiful. So we'll get that put in place, and then we will try out the motivatorium, see what kind of fun that results in. Oh, it's ground only. Never mind. This is... Oh no, that's such a disaster. Okay. So that's gonna result in some interesting scenarios here, because it has to be powered and it has to be on the ground. I don't know why I paused, but suffice to say, I think we're not going to be building this here anymore. All right, so that's a fool's errand. It has been revealed. So what's here? Logs and planks. We got. Well, they're not going to be able to get to this anyway, so bye-bye. These can stay though. That's fine. That was a little demoralizing. I really thought that was going to work. I'd not even messed with this building at all, so I had not even considered the fact that it has to be built on the ground. But, wait, hold on. I forgot. I have the Ferris wheel mod. So we actually can, if we want to, we can put some of this stuff in here, and we'll get to that at some point. But if we check our space usage... Yeah, I think we could, depending on how we want to set this up, we could pretty easily make this work here. I don't know. We got some ideas. It's just a bummer. We couldn't put the motivatorium there. We can... Oh, man, I'm an idiot. We put the wind tunnels there. Why not? Why not? All right, who's this? I'm sorry, George. I gotta delete it. Oh man, this is the kind of stuff that turns people into the Joker. Watching me do this. You know, we just ripped all this out, and now I'm gonna put it right back in. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry, but I am sorry. Oh man, we'll let them do that, and then we'll put the wind tunnel back in. But that's good because we really need to get our well-being score up. So wind tunnel here. If we have 8 wind tunnels, that's gonna be cool. And yes, we have to have 8 because it's a radial symmetry. You know how this goes. But we can put those there, and then since we're gonna have power connected to that, we could put some Ferris wheels and the mud baths and all that fun stuff. I think that is going to be fantastic. And maybe it could even be something we kind of focus on today, as well as putting in some more of these things. But before we get too comfy with how this is set up, let's make sure we provision for getting power into the corner here. This one already has the ladder in place. And the way that this has been set up, it's not always been something that makes sense, but we'll do our best here. I gotta pause or else they're gonna keep trying to build this. But what we'll do is we'll put this in place, and then the depth of this is gonna mean it comes in 2 blocks deep. I'm zoomed in way close for this. 2 blocks deep, which means this will need a single, and then from there we'll need a straight to vertical, yes, and then a vertical on top. Underneath, I think will be quite easy for us to accomplish. Triple platforms, you know the drill. Not right there, but that will work out just fine like that. They can build from underneath. That will not be an issue. Same deal underneath here. If I can, I guess I'm going to have to turn these off just a touch. The power is going to come in here and then make its way over to this side. I can again build from underneath, so that will not be an issue whatsoever. We will have to remove this. Oh, hey, I didn't blow that up. Cool. Problem solved. That'll take care of that. Shaft tunnels. Again, can't do that until we blow that up, but we can easily pop this in place here. Build from underneath. No problems whatsoever. So come in from here, remove this, remove that double platform, put the shaft tunnel in place. Why is it angry with me? Is that because I didn't do my height calculation correctly? Heavy stackable. It has to be the reinforced platforms. How quickly I forget. So we'll do a single and a triple there. All right, where's my shaft tunnel? Click, please. Thank you. Hello? Hello? All right. Wrong thing. There we go. Ah, yes. So what that's also going to mean is now the power coming in this side is going to have to be replaced, but that's going to be easy because we have access from above. No problems whatsoever detected. And then right on top of that, we can put right here. And that, I believe, should be achievable. Should be able to get done. And to get access to this, we will have to use the forbidden side platform middle piece to get our connection connected here. That'll be fine. And then, of course, right here in the middle, we'll do what we're supposed to be doing. Make sure the head is facing the correct way. I can't really see. I think that's the right way. Yep, sure is. All right, so that's going to be a crazy, ridiculous building project for the next, I don't know how many minutes in game it's going to make me do that. But they're working on these two. As soon as that's done, I will put the wind tunnel. I cannot believe I forgot that the wind tunnel was going to be going in there. Or going to be an option for us to go in. So that's cool. We'll get that all situated. Everything will be a-okay. You get that last little bit done. All right, wind tunnel. Do your thing. 700 science points, requires 400 HP. This requires 600, so we're going to need more power anyway. But for the time being, everything is looking good. We're about 389,000 stored. So we need to be generating more. Make no mistake, I am aware of that, but stuff comes in bits and pieces. We'll get it taken care of. My God, the lag is something else. But we will eventually fix that by turning, I think, this middle section into its own district, bots only, most likely. That'll reduce the amount of building connections and everything. Wait, why does this say it doesn't have any power? Is that because it's a vertical and not a universal? All right, we can fix that. Every single time I say or hear the phrase, we can fix that, I just think of Dule Hill in the Holes movie. Man, what a great actor. Absolutely fantastic stuff. He was in, was he in The West Wing, I think, and then of course he was in Psych for a bunch of years. That's how I was introduced to him, and in a contest of actually knowing who the actor was. That was also a good show. All those, was that USA Network aired those in the U.S. at least? Monk, Psych, etc. Interesting writing on some of those, but I digress. Get that put back in. Did the drought actually start yet? Okay, no. I was about to say, how out of it have I been making myself here? This is the corner they're building that in, right? No, okay, we moved over to the other one. That was the first one. This is what we're working on. So we got our wind tunnel. Let's see if any beavers actually end up. I love how it's got the motion lines even though the fan's not turned on. But let's see if anybody comes over here and rides this thing. So now I am very curious. Yeah, look at them go. I always love how this model looks when the beavers are in here riding on the stuff. It just is cool. It's a really, really cool thing. So fantastic job to the devs on this one. So now that we have this in place, what other kind of fun stuff can we do over here? Because the power is going to transfer easily. Ferris wheel. It's actually basically automatic shoe-in to go right here, I think. But the other powered things might not necessarily fit that well. Yeah, these I know for a fact only transmit power through this central block here. So if you wanted to have something else, yeah, that's basically the only spot it would fit. At least right here. I don't think that's a bad thing, but it is going to kind of limit what else we can do, especially because of how the power gets transmitted. But I think it makes sense, honestly, to just go ahead and put this here. Might as well. Yeah, we'll just build another 5x here. I'll leave that space open, and that space open for now. Wait, hold on. Did I put this in the wrong spot? I absolutely did. Yeah, that needs to go one more over, but I put this here for the path. That's why. That's why that was there. Let's just make double sure. Yeah, okay. So I do, in fact, need all of those things that I put down. But we'll get this put in place. You know what? I actually probably should put another thing here, because then I can put... was there a single tile thing we haven't built a ton of? I know we have the scratchers. That's fine. Showers we have plenty of. Teeth grindstones we don't need to worry about up here. Ooh, we got all these decorations we haven't done anything with. Clocks. What has a nice range? I guess it doesn't really matter if it has a nice range. Lanterns. Clocks. Could actually be a decent thing to put in an area like this. Is a clock. I know it's not really going to reach everybody, but it will reach the beavers that are using the that are using the stuff. Why not? Why not? We'll just put the clocks here. That's fine. We will do that, and then I will go ahead and put in this guy right here. We'll give them a path to get on board, and then we'll have some space off to the side here that we could choose to do some stuff with. But now it's drought time. Fortunately, we are prepared. We have 11,000 water stored up. Everything's looking good. And our power storage is almost 400,000. And the the amount of time it's going to last just keeps dropping down and down and down and down. Yeah. So basically a day and a half at this point. It's probably going to keep going down. So we are going to need to... we're going to need... Well, they paused the pumps. That's good, because these are how much? How much a piece? I already forgot. 700. 700 a piece. Okay. It's a good thing those are off. But we're gonna run into some issues here, if that's the case, because I know I got rid of the engines, but we do need to have engines somewhere generating power. I'm just not entirely sure where would make sense to have those, and the way this power is being run in here. I guess as long as it connects somewhere to our power structure, I guess that's fine. So really what I should have done is I should have made a little splice connection here. Or, you know what? This solution is so simple, I can't believe I didn't think of it before. Just put one up here. And by one, I mean two. Easy. Easy, easy, easy to put those up here. So that's only 800 HP, but that will help. Kind of, a little bit. We're already on this side down to all this. Oh, I know what the rest of that power was. I know what it was. Because I buried underneath, yeah, I buried 6 of those. That's where all of that extra power is coming from that we don't have connected. But we are up to 40 well-being for a little bit there. We're making good progress. We are actually making very, very nice progress. So I know this is going to take a whole lot of power, and we probably should, you know what? I'm just, for the time being, I'm just gonna pause these two, because that's 1,200. I think it's 1,200 per hour. Yeah. I wish I could schedule these just only run during certain hours. But until we have enough engines in place to make sure this is actually running appropriately, I think we're just going to leave those paused for the time being. We certainly have enough other stuff going on. Let's see. Yeah, I got to figure out, though, where I'm going to put these motivatoriums, because they have to be on land. That's going to eat up some farming space. My first thought would be, depending on how the power gets run into these things, if we could take a look, find some free space to just set at this. Okay, it looks like the power is going to come in exclusively through the back side or the back of the side. So that's going to have to be at ground level, which means power has to either come up from below or come across the path and then get buried behind something. So no matter what, you're going to lose at least a 5x5 patch, plus power coming into the back of the side or up from underneath. And I can't blast a hole and then have a power shaft tunnel underneath, because it has to be on the ground. So I think the corner here, we have so many soybeans. Well, we also don't have a ton of storage for the raw ones, but I don't think we would really be making a terrible mistake if I just took 5x5 out of the corner here for the soybeans and put the motivatorium here. And then since we already have our power coming up this way, I could easily just go up and over the path, or come down here and then bury it behind, or just have a universal come down behind it. So I think, oh, look how cool this looks. I like this model with the white on this, or the light colored wood, I guess I should say. Looks pretty sweet. The clock, very satisfying mechanical ticking sound there. And the nice color temperature on the clock face. Looks very, very appealing, very classic. So now, are we already out of power? Yeah, okay, so playtime's over. Sorry. Wait, hold on, I paused that. Did they just float back down to Earth? That's actually objectively hilarious. That's really good. But we are looking, not looking fantastic here. Our batteries are, batteries are quite depleted, and we're only making 1,200 power. I think that's because we have... Why is this fourth one not going? Oh, it's not prioritized by haulers. Problem solved. So that'll be 1,600, but that's not nearly enough power. So we gotta get some more power going here. Where can I put more of these? Because I know I'm not going to need to have a matched set of bot factories on this other side. Nor really can I because of how this is set up. So, let's see. This power is going across here. But this will not conduct power. Let's try this. Just for my own edification, so I know I'm not being stupid. Okay, good. That does not connect power there. But we've got to figure out... something. I know I used the tunnel here. I guess this is technically allowed because it's unobstructed, and that's fine. But if I, in fact, moved this one over... So this is 4 right here. This is 4 wide. I could pretty easily... Let's see, how many could I fit here? It's not going to let me center it so you can't see it, but that's 1. That would be 2 like this. 3, 4, 5 uneven. I guess I could have just done it in front of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not going to look nice, but I could, in theory, put 5 here. 4 or 5, depending on how I wanted to have everything else set up. If I were to get rid of this 10 long tunnel and then do a bridge, power shaft bridge, 8 long in the center here. But I kind of don't want to mess with this. I think this looks pretty good. What other avenue do I have outside of just putting a ton of these down on the ground and blocking expansion? Because we do want to do wood processing, and that is one of the things that I was going to put up here and have engines set up for that. I think this is probably okay as it is now. Oh. That's what I was going to do. I was going to have all the wood storage be on the sides here and get rid of this. So I'll tell you what. Let's actually do some work with that. Just remember how I have this set up. I wish I had like a clone button. Would be very convenient. Actually, no. There's going to be so much lag. We're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do this paused. Yes. I love it when the game is slow. How far out? Good. That was supposed to be that way. That's fine. Yes. Very slow. Anytime it connects to the path, it is going to be a snail's pace. But that's fine. We know what we're getting into. We'll get it fixed eventually. You just gotta bear with me for this infinite recalculating that has to happen every time we get this thing set up. Alright, so just quickly flip all these to logs. I think is how I had that set up. Let's check. Probably isn't. Nope, it is. Alright, cool. We're just going to have an unbelievable amount of log storage. Wouldn't it be funny if companies actually used that in their advertising? I mean, they probably do. I don't have TV, so I haven't looked at TV ads in forever. But it just seems like a really stupid way to advertise. Like, unbelievable amounts of log storage. It's like, alright, who cares? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable log storage. It's something you would have seen in, like, I don't know, one of the older Rick and Morty episodes. I haven't watched that show in years. Did I even have this connected? Yes, I did on both sides. And I didn't have a ladder here, really? Really? I figured that would have been a slam dunk to put a ladder there. So I guess we'll do that over here since we're already taking a look. And once again, apologies for it being paused. However, it's unplayable if it's unpaused when I set this up. So you gotta trust the process. All right. It's I know it's a meme, especially in the NBA sphere, but yeah, just trust the process. We'll get it done. Everything will be a-okay. Just gotta keep the faith. And of course on the other side too. And then we'll have to extend. Oh, that's so slow. Here and here all the way. And because of the way that that's set up, we can just easily come in like so. Yes. Individual lag as my computer screams at me. It hasn't crashed yet, so I guess that's probably a good sign. Are these all... No, this one's not hooked up. Alright. Now these should all be hooked up. Just to verify. That should be fine. So they'll build all this mess. This can go away. Yes, I know I should have had this emptied first, but we have so many stinking builders, it's not going to matter. Scrap metal here and scrap metal there also can go away, but we don't need it to at this exact moment in time. So we'll unpause. Oh, wow, the lag. We'll let them take care of that. Grab all these. Look at them go. They're picking up the logs, and they're going to use them to build that stuff. Maybe. Well, hopefully. So I think what we'll do is we will just kind of duplicate this on the other side. We have Gear Workshop engine, Gear Workshop engine, and then we can start removing the Gear Workshops from here, or at least pause them. And then on the other side, where we have this metal stuff, I will put these water wheels, because this, in theory, will generate at least some amount of power during the wet season. I'll put the water wheels in, and then we'll line the back with our plank factories, wood, lumber mills, whatever the stupid things are called. I don't know why I cannot remember the names of these things. I don't think I'm old enough for my brain to not work this well, but that's not the correct thing. Your mileage may vary. We'll flip the entrances because we can. And we'll put that there. Engines in the middle. No, not there. There we go. And then we will go ahead and put some bot charging stations here and here. And then we'll leave this in place for power transfer. I really am not in love with how this is set up presently. We might change this. Somebody had a good idea to, instead of using the power shaft bridge here, to use the tunnel and just have that come up out of the ground here. Maybe. If we raise this, I'm not entirely sure that's what I want to do, but we're not going to connect this side anyway for quite some time. Now the bots are out of power, so that's going to be fun. I'll tell you what. Let's... we have enough metal. I'm just going to remove these. And we'll get this other garbage cleaned up. And then we can just have all the metal stuff being done down here where the bots can access it. Planks. I probably don't have storage for, so we'll empty those. Scrap metal, empty. Metal blocks, empty. Get this stuff taken care of. And then we can just put the planks down here. But suffice to say, if you have a specific opinion about how this could possibly be improved when we duplicate it, I would very much appreciate having your feedback on that in the comments. But until then, we're just going to keep on keeping on over here. Just leave this set up like it is. And then we've got our large water wheels. I believe I had those backed all the way up. No, I didn't. I had one block. Okay, that's fine. That's right, because it has to hook up to the back of the engines. That's exactly why I did that. I'm just going to pretend that was always the goal, and not a happenstance. We'll get rid of that. Then on the back side of these guys will be all of our industrial lumber mills. Nice and easy. So 6 of those right there. That is going to look nice. They still have not picked up hardly any of this. Although, if there's no storage space left, then I'm just going to nuke all this, because honestly we have so much. It's all scrap metal, planks, etc. We'll give them a little bit of time. We'll get that taken care of. What else can we pause that we don't need? Well, actually, if we're moving these down, okay, we actually do need the gears. But I will shut down these so they can have a little bit more speed. That sound is absolutely glorious and terrifying all at once. Thanks to those of you, by the way, who contributed your thoughts, ideas, other experiences with Foley in the comments of the last episode. That's always fun to just talk about stuff like that. And no, I do not know what is wrong with my brain that I that I think of weird sound combinations like that, or maybe it's something right with my brain, and I don't know. I just need to go become a sound engineer somewhere. Thought about doing that at some point, but I don't know. Interesting stuff to think about. Let's see, what else? Actually, we're pretty close to maximum time for the episode anyway, so I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll end this one at the end of this drought cycle in 2.3 days. See if we can get this stuff up and running. They're building the log storage first, as could logically be expected, because we have all this other stuff going on. This is actually empty, so we can get rid of it. This is almost empty. That's completely full, because I don't think we actually need to have all this stuff, but we'll let them do what they have to do. Get stuff built, and then come right back here and pop more of these things in. It's just we used so much power we hadn't been generating enough. It is what it is. We have plenty of stuff to take care of. Anyway, so these guys are like there, they're like there. Tell you what, we will go ahead. I know they're in the middle of brewing beavers. It's fine. We'll put these back in and try to keep things kind of on the same schedule here. Just make those super priority for no reason whatsoever. This is coming along quite nicely. Just need them to finish the ladders. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. Maybe it's because that's the last thing I put in. But if they can put the ladders in, then everything else is going to go much faster. So I will prioritize those. Progress looking pretty good. We're just a whole bunch of bots out of energy. So I will, for right now, go ahead. Pause the assemblers, because those were using quite a bit of power. These are now... okay. Yeah, 1,600 out of 8,000 is definitely not ideal, but that's the way she goes. Let's check. I'll just pause the factories, too. Just for right now. So that's going to be most of those things. Centrifuges, I'm going to forget if I pause those. But that's also not really a mission-critical thing to keep going. That's probably fine. The rest of this will be alright. Yeah. Again, just trying to limit the amount of power that these things are just absolutely sucking up to incredible degrees. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty good here. I will go ahead and... Oh. Wait a second. This isn't connected power-wise to anything else, because I haven't... that means I gotta duplicate this disaster of a mess down here. Okay, now how did I... well, you know, I wasn't really a huge fan of this, but I guess that is the way it is. Yeah, I absolutely should have just made this a universal power shaft with a cap on it, but since we already did it that way, we might as well just keep on doing it that way. Right? That's definitely a good policy, huh? That was already set correctly. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. This can't connect here because this would have to be a universal shaft, or would it? Why did I do this way? Gotta love the lag. Well, you know what they say. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid and you just got lucky. Or, it's not stupid. Yeah, you choose your own adventure on that one. But, it is kind of funny to just say, oh, well, it's still stupid, but you got lucky. Alright, build this immediately. Because if we can get this connected here, I know this is going to use a whole bunch of resources we weren't necessarily planning on using, but it will be worth just having this ready to go. We have half a day to get this done before the end of the episode. I self-impose time limits on myself for no good reason, and that's just the way it is, I guess. But we'll get this all put in place quite nicely. And that as well. Plus a path for these things. And we'll leave space to duplicate this on the other side. But that is looking pretty good. And sorry we did not get to the other two of these tributes to ingenuity. But we will, at some point, probably the next episode, get into that. I am really liking how this is turning out. Lack of power notwithstanding, but we definitely have the opportunity to get some cool stuff done here. I will pause these two just so they can build the water wheels without being locked out. Actually, this one doesn't have to be paused because they can just walk in from the side. But right here, they're not going to be able to get to. So I guess we can just sit here and watch them try to build stuff as we go ahead and get you out of this week's episode. I do see the science points going down because we're consuming them with the... that's a good sound design. Consuming them with the control towers. We will put in some of those number crunchers, but not right now. I've got to find a good spot for those. And we have all sorts of other stuff to get to as well. But I think we will run the temperate cycle as long as we can without turning back on the monuments. That is not the correct way to say that in the English language. Well, at least traditional English. I don't know. Language evolves over time. It's a social construct, etc. All that. Slang is language, whatever. But this is going to be cool when we duplicate this. We just have to make a whole lot more power, and we will. We'll put these engines in different places, do more of this stuff. We'll get this cleaned up. Seems like most of that's scrap metal. But very, very good, encouraging progress to see here. Getting everything else hooked up. The entire map is hooked up around the outside of the top here, which is exciting and good. And it looks like everything is just about ready to go. I'll unpause this so they can build that. And then, of course, we'll get... yes, the lag. I forgot to... oh, we haven't even built them over there. But that is going to mean that we can pretty much retire all of these things. We will do that next time. We'll get all of the labor sorted out. I'm going to leave some of this pause so it just recharges, because we definitely want this to be as full as possible. It wouldn't last the whole time at 874,000. We're going to need closer to 1.5, maybe 2 million to make that work. But we will do what we have to do, and we'll come back next time. I believe Sunday will be the next episode of this one, and we'll see what we can accomplish. But I really am liking how this is coming together. Got lots of opportunities to keep making stuff look cool and work nicely and turn this into a true mega build with some pretty impressive architecture if my computer survives. We'll see. I do like the idea of making some of the stuff kind of similar to some of those colony showcases we did earlier in the year. So if you have any specific ideas, as always, the comments are open to you. I always welcome feedback, positive or constructive, and I enjoy talking to you guys, so please do not ever feel shy in terms of responding to stuff. I can't always reply to comments, but I do always read them, and I make notes every episode to see what you guys have to say on different things, and that is what drives the content behind these. So please do keep those coming, and I will do my best to deliver on what you guys want to see. That being said, that is all the time we have for this one. Really appreciate you being here, as always, Beard Boosters as well, with all of their fantastic support, making it possible to continue doing all of this and having all this fun with the beavers and Prison Architect and all that fun stuff. Speaking of which, the first episode of that series, the second one in Prison Architect, dropped yesterday, so go watch that if you haven't. It's going to be a whole lot better than the first one now that we have a little bit better idea of how stuff works again. And it's a bigger plot. We're going to get to all sorts of other fun features the game has to offer. And then, of course, tomorrow we have Folktales, as that series starts to approach the end. And then Saturday, the next episode of Transport Fever 2. Lots of stuff in the pipeline, more live streams as well. So look forward to seeing you then. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.